How's it going, everybody? We got some exciting stuff happening in the world of Tesla. They've announced recently everything that's coming in the 2023 version of the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y. Now, that's what I have, the Model Y anyway, as you guys know from watching the other videos. So there's a bunch of features that are really exciting and some of the stuff on the heels of everything else that they've done in the past couple of years that's going to make it a super fantastic year, I think. So all of that, plus a couple of things Tesla related. So sit back and relax. You guys are watching The Tall Tesla Guy. Tesla is the #1 seller of EVs in the world globally. They have the most range of any EV out there at over 330 miles on the Tesla Model Y, so north of 400 miles on the Model S, and then the promise of north of 500 miles on the Cybertruck and the Model S Plaid with the tri-motor and the 4680 battery. So on top of the innovation, the technology, the battery software or the battery updates that Tesla has that's becoming proprietary to Tesla, no doubt they will continue to be at the forefront of anything that's related to EV, and certainly at the table in any conversation talking about EV. But one thing that Tesla does that differentiates it from any other standard automaker, outside of the fact that they only produce EVs, is that they don't typically have model years technically. Now, I have a 2022 Model Y, and I only say 2022 because that's the year that I bought it in. Essentially, it was basically the same as December of 21. And in reality, like after I bought it, they changed stuff in it, or after I received it. So you could say you have Tesla Model Y 2022 version B, potentially. But a lot of people come into the mindset with Teslas, just like any other EV or any other automaker, that the model year is what changes from year to year. You're going to notice if you look in the back at the launch of the Tesla Model Y, predominantly the Tesla Model 3, that there isn't much stylistically on the outside that's changed. Everything has been within the technology of the car, some cameras, slight headlight changes, chrome delete on the outside, stuff like that. But real minor stuff has changed on the outside. It's been all internal. Well, that's kind of how Tesla does it. And they don't necessarily coincide with the year, though lately, and I'll say over the past couple of years, and mainly with the Model Y, the changes that they've made have happened in the fall of the previous year. So, for example, the 2023 Tesla Model Y will have changes that happened, November, December of 2022. And I guess that's the closest thing that Tesla has to a model year. And in reality, if you order a Tesla Model Y right now, you're waiting 8 weeks, if not more, to get it. So you won't get it until 2023, and you'll get everything that changes in the car, everything that they produce at that point. But there's a few things that are exciting about it, other than just normal, the hype around the 4680 battery. Will it be here? Won't it be here? Whether it's produced, your car is produced in Giga Austin, still out of the Fremont factory. It seems like all the Model Ys are going down to Giga Austin. Fremont factory is going to predominantly produce Model 3s, or at least in the moment, due to supply chain shortages, that sort of stuff. But outside of that part of it, if you're looking for what's happening next year, and some of this stuff is super exciting, some of it's kind of a head scratcher, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then some of it is sort of speculation. So right off the bat, right out the gates, the 4680 battery is something that they are producing now, but it doesn't give you the range that they expected it to yet. I'll say that if you get a Tesla Model Y at a Giga Austin, you will most likely have a 4680 battery in it. It's going to be a structural honeycomb type of battery that's encased in the bottom of the car. You'll have a single cast frame that they use with their Giga Press, which is exciting for structural safety. But at the moment, the 4680 battery within that structural battery pack is not producing the range that they wanted it to, or that they promised that it will. Who knows where they'll go from there? I imagine that it's at the forefront of Elon's mind to get it eventually. It's just not there yet. So outside of that, you've got a couple of other things that have changed. They took away the radar sensor in the car, which in fact they did it before I got my vehicle. I didn't notice much of a difference. I had a 2020 Tesla Model Y with the radar. I have a 2022 Tesla Model Y without it. I don't notice much of anything. It still works and functions the same way. Autopilot seems to be just the same, if not better. And I would say that it wasn't something that I necessarily missed. Now, what else they did was they are removing the sensors in the car, which you really see them when you are backing the vehicle up. It starts beeping and flashing at you so you don't hit them. They're removing those completely in lieu of Tesla Vision. Now, Tesla Vision is part of the car now, but it is not feature complete by any means. I think they might have jumped the gun just a little bit on just incorporating the Tesla Vision, but that's sort of what Elon does, is it forces, I don't know, maybe the engineers at Tesla to really focus on Tesla Vision. Maybe, maybe not. But either way, it is what is required basically in order for the car to be full self-driving. Whenever that becomes feature complete, it's going to need Tesla Vision anyway. So I say, like, might as well start working on it now. You know, now's as good a time as any. So that's what they're doing. So you will get a new car. It'll have the updated headlights. It'll have the tinting side mirrors, all that normal stuff. You may even get a cargo cover in the back, potentially in a Model Y. But one of the things I know you won't have is radar sensors and, well, radars and sensors. You're going to have Tesla Vision. Like I said, it's not going to be something that you miss, but that's something that's coming in 2023. One of the things that I think is exciting coming in 2023 is an adaptive suspension, right? Currently, the Tesla Model Y has a coilover suspension. You feel just about every bump. It's way better than it was in 2020 when I had my first one, but it is something that's still noticeable. And at this price point, you feel like it should be a little smoother. But what they're doing is getting this adaptive suspension similar to what they have in the Model X and the Model Y, or Model X and S, and they're going to be incorporating this into the Model 3 and the Model Y. So that part is exciting to me. I think that is almost a wait to pull the trigger kind of thing. And I say that with an asterisk. You never know when you're going to get the car, where it's going to come from. But that's a super exciting thing for 23. Another thing that people are going to be scratching their heads on, but I promise you it's going to be awesome, is the removal of the stocks. They're talking about taking away the stocks on the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y in lieu of the paddock buttons that are on the steering wheel. Now, they currently have those buttons in the Model S and X with the yoke steering wheel. And people kind of either love it or hate it, I guess, because it's a deviation from what you're used to. No longer, or gone are the days where you actually have to flip the stock up to signal, changing lanes, all that sort of stuff, moving it in and out of park into reverse. No more will you have to do that. It'll just be a paddock button on there, getting to the point where the car can actually predict what you're trying to do, which is what Elon originally said that the Model S and X was going to do. He wasn't even going to give you an option to access reverse, parks, drive. It was going to be basically the car knows you don't want to drive forward in your garage, you want to drive out, so it would just do it for you. As far as I know, it doesn't do that yet, but I think that's a step towards getting there. I'm excited, or I would be excited to try out a yoke steering wheel. I don't know if that's going to lead to the yoke or not, but either way, the stocks are going to be removed. You'll have the paddock buttons, and you'll have infotainment screen access to change your gears. So that's a 2023 like Easter egg drop that's going to be huge, almost like a bomb drop. This other thing is only excited really if you follow the Tesla colors, but they have the 2 new paint options coming with 23. Now, currently they're only available in Giga Berlin because they have a special paint factory that can paint this multi-coat layers. But it's this cherry red and this silver. They call it Quicksilver. It's basically like a silver metallic. I think they look fantastic. I would love to get that red. It's a really deep, almost like a Corvette red. It's a really pretty color. We don't have it yet, but that's coming in 23. And I think anybody in Europe that orders the vehicle, they have the option to add that color, probably for a fee. And then it would be the 2023 model. I would say we'll get it here in the States eventually. It's just not there quite yet. So, I mean, those are a couple of things that I know that they're doing. Hopefully they'll do a couple more things with the infotainment screen. I think they can move some stuff around a little bit, give us more options to a couple other things. People talk about Apple CarPlay and Android Auto all the time. Honestly, I don't miss it one bit. I had it in a previous vehicle, and I'll tell you, I think Tesla's navigation, their maps, the music works fine. Some people are diehard Apple Auto, but or Apple CarPlay, but once you get used to the Tesla one, it's absolutely fine. The only thing that you miss is Waze and a better route planner, which would be a better navigation thing than the Tesla navigation screen. But outside of that, though, I don't miss it one bit. He also said he is never going to include that, and he took away the option in the code that somebody found because he doesn't basically want to pay the subscription fee, and I don't blame him. you're only going to pay $10 a month after the first, 60, 90 days or whatever it is, or a year if you were lucky enough to get that. So it's just not something that's going to happen there. But either way, it is an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day here in coastal Maine. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys tuning in each day, week, month so far, that kind of thing. And I hope it's fantastic as it is, and that you guys are staying safe out there. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day.